The engagement news just dropped, but already fans are wondering, is a baby on board too? Welcome back to The Fame, where we uncover the secrets behind your favorite reality stars. And today, we're diving into one of the most buzzed-about questions in the Seven Little Johnstons fandom. Is Liz Johnston already pregnant with baby number 2? Because let's be honest, when Liz Johnston and Brice Bolden posted their stunning engagement announcement recently, they did more than just show off a ring. They lit a wildfire of theories, rumors, and eyebrow-raising observations across social media. So what's the real story behind the whispers? Is Liz hiding a baby bump again? Or are fans getting carried away with speculation? Let's break it all down. Starting with what we do know. Just weeks ago, Liz Johnston and Brice Bolden made their engagement public. After years of dating and more than a few tense moments aired on Seven Little Johnstons, the couple shared the big news on social media. Photos, rings, heartfelt captions, it was all there, a seemingly joyous moment. But fans familiar with the couple's rocky path couldn't help but look past the smiles. Was this engagement long anticipated, or did it come on a little fast? Because let's rewind for a moment, back to Liz's first pregnancy. Fans will remember that Liz kept that pregnancy a secret from her parents for quite some time. In fact, much of that storyline unfolded only after the truth was impossible to hide, and it left viewers stunned, both by Liz's decision and her parents' reaction. So, when fans now see Liz with a glowing face and a sparkly ring, they're not just clapping, they're questioning. Could history be repeating itself? Now here's where it gets juicy. Right after the engagement reveal, a few eagle-eyed fans took to Reddit and Facebook with a wild claim, Liz is already pregnant again. Wait, what? One commenter simply dropped the bomb. She's expecting baby number 2. No sources, no proof. Just a spark. But as always, a spark in the Seven Little Johnstons fandom can lead to a full-blown inferno. Commenters flooded in. Some were skeptical. Where did this person even get that info? Probably just another baseless rumor. But others weren't so quick to dismiss it. In fact, some offered an even bigger theory, that Liz and Brice announced their engagement so suddenly to preemptively smooth over another surprise pregnancy, just like last time. And that's where the story turns from sweet to suspicious. Fans have seen this pattern before. In reality TV world, engagement doesn't always mean romance. Sometimes it means PR strategy. One viewer said it bluntly, "Pregnant again is the likely storyline after engagement, then the wedding, then the separation, and then the divorce." Harsh words, but could it be accurate? After all, TLC is known for crafting storylines that keep us watching. Engagements, pregnancies, drama, it's a pattern. And Liz and Brice are now squarely in the middle of that cycle. Plus, remember the long-standing fan concerns about Brice? Many Seven Little Johnstons watchers have said for years that Brice should put some distance between himself and the Johnston family. They claim the dynamics are too tight, too overwhelming, too controlling. Yet here he is, engaged to Liz, potentially tied even closer to the family, and maybe, just maybe, about to become a father again. So, is there a secret baby announcement on the way? Or are fans simply crafting a narrative because they've seen it play out so many times before? Either way, this engagement just became a whole lot more complicated. And we're just getting started. In Part 2, we'll explore how Liz's secretive pregnancy history could be fueling the speculation, and what recent social media clues fans are dissecting to prove she's expecting again. Stick with us. It's not the first time Liz Johnston has been at the center of pregnancy speculation, and if fans are right, it might not be the last. Let's take a closer look at what really happened with her first pregnancy, and why that storyline has fans convinced history could be repeating itself. When Liz became pregnant with baby number 1, she didn't exactly rush to tell her parents. In fact, it was quite the opposite. She hid it. For weeks, possibly even longer, Liz kept her pregnancy a secret from the people closest to her. Viewers were shocked when it was finally revealed on the show. The delay in sharing the news created major tension between Liz and her parents, especially with Amber and Trent Johnston, who were completely blindsided. And yet, Liz seemed calm, almost unapologetic. Some viewers chalked it up to youthful independence. Others saw it as a quiet rebellion, a way for Liz to take control in a family where everything is monitored, scheduled, and managed to the minute. So now, with engagement news out in the open and 7 Little Johnstons currently between seasons, many fans are asking the obvious question: if Liz kept one pregnancy hidden, who's to say she's not doing it again? Let's talk about the photos, because in today's digital world, a ring pic isn't just a ring pic. It's a source of clues, theories, and sometimes accidental confessions. As soon as Liz and Brice posted their engagement photos, fans zoomed in. Not just on the jewelry, but on Liz's body language, her posture, and yes, her stomach. Was she standing behind Brice a little too deliberately? Was her outfit strategically loose? Did she avoid full-body angles in all the main shots? Some fans say yes. They argue that every single photo looks carefully composed, that the smiles were a little too perfect, that the whole thing felt scripted, and the comments followed fast. Something about this feels staged. They're hiding something, again. I bet she's pregnant already. Now, are these just fans overanalyzing? Could be. But in the world of reality TV, nothing is ever just a coincidence. Let's not forget Brice. While Liz has always been the center of fan speculation, Brice is now under the spotlight too, and some fans are reading his body language as carefully as Liz's. In recent photos and video clips, Brice has seemed different. Some viewers describe him as more distant, more reserved, even nervous. He doesn't look thrilled, one fan wrote. That smile doesn't reach his eyes. Now it's true, we can't read someone's thoughts based on a few Instagram shots, but Brice's change in demeanor hasn't gone unnoticed, and it's fueling another layer of speculation. Could he be feeling pressure to follow a storyline? Could he be second-guessing the speed of all these changes? Or, in the most dramatic theory, is Brice going along with an engagement because he feels trapped by a second unexpected pregnancy? That theory is gaining traction in comment sections, Reddit threads, and fan forums alike. The fandom is now split into 2 camps. On one side, you have the skeptics, those who believe the pregnancy talk is nothing more than gossip, that this is the internet doing what it does best, stirring the pot. These fans say, there's no bump, no signs, this is just people being nosy. But on the other side, there's a louder, more vocal group. These fans believe that TLC, Liz, and Brice are all deliberately feeding the rumor mill, just enough to keep interest high and tension thick leading into the next season. TLC loves a slow burn, one commenter said. They'll tease it now and confirm it mid-season for maximum drama. And honestly, that theory doesn't sound too far-fetched. So what's the truth behind all this? Is Liz Johnston pregnant again and hiding it, just like before? Or are fans seeing patterns where none exist? One thing's certain, whether it's a baby, a ring, or just another TLC twist, Liz and Brice have everyone watching and waiting. And we're far from finished. When it comes to TLC, nothing is ever simple. Fans know that behind every heartfelt engagement and baby announcement, there's usually a camera crew and a carefully crafted storyline. So as rumors swirl around Liz Johnston's possible second pregnancy, another theory is beginning to dominate fan discussion. Is this just part of the TLC formula? Let's take a look. If you've been watching TLC for any amount of time, you know the pattern. It goes like this: dating drama, surprise pregnancy, family conflict, engagement, baby number 2, wedding, season finale cliffhanger. Sound familiar? Because that's the exact route Liz and Brice seem to be walking right now, step by step. First, we saw the dating drama. Liz and Brice had multiple on-screen conflicts over their future. Liz questioned his ambition. Brice struggled with boundaries around her family. Then came baby number 1, a surprise pregnancy, a delayed reveal, a family explosion. Now, the engagement has dropped, But instead of fanfare and excitement, we're seeing skepticism and suspicion. And what's next in the TLC arc? You guessed it. Another baby. This cycle isn't new. We've seen it with 90 Day Fiancé, Unexpected, Counting On, and even past 7 Little Johnstons moments. And some fans believe TLC producers are more than happy to lean into that narrative once again. So if Liz is pregnant, or even if she's not, the engagement still works for TLC. It's a win either way, because now they've got a couple with a rocky past, a secretive first pregnancy, a possibly rushed engagement, and enough fan suspicion to fuel endless online discussion. That's ratings gold, especially during an off-season when viewership tends to dip. Engagement news keeps fans locked in, and if a second pregnancy is confirmed during filming, even better. As one fan put it, they're setting up next season's Bombshell before filming even starts. That's how smart reality TV storytelling works. You plant the seed, you let the internet water it, and then you harvest the drama, one episode at a time. While Liz may be comfortable in the spotlight, many fans are worried about Brice. For years, viewers have raised red flags about how closely tied he's become to the Johnston family, especially with some fans claiming that the family's influence over Liz is too strong. Now that he's engaged, and possibly preparing for another baby, those concerns are louder than ever. Brice looks more like a storyline than a fiancé, one viewer commented. He needs to run before he's locked in for life. Others have expressed sympathy, suggesting Brice may not have much say in how things play out anymore. But whether he's fully on board or quietly uncomfortable, there's no denying that his storyline is locked in now. With wedding bells or baby cries just around the corner, there's no easy exit. So where does this leave Liz and Brice? On one hand, they're a young couple in love, navigating adulthood, parenting, and family life. On the other, they're reality TV stars, playing out their milestones in front of millions, with speculation at every turn and cameras in every corner. Could this engagement be genuine? Yes. Could there be a second baby on the way? Also, yes. But in the world of TLC, the truth isn't always revealed until it's too late to turn back. When a reality star couple drops big news, the internet doesn't just react. It explodes, and that's exactly what happened when Liz Johnston and Brice Bolden revealed their engagement. But while the congratulations poured in, so did the rumors. And perhaps the most telling part of it all? Liz and Brice haven't said a word. Let's start with Reddit. If you've spent any time on the 7 Little Johnstons subreddit, you know it's less fan club and more detective agency. Posters analyze episodes frame by frame, compare timelines, and track social posts with forensic-level detail. And when the engagement went public? The thread lit up. One user posted, "Did anyone else notice how baggy Liz's sweater is? Something's off." Another replied, "Classic misdirect." Engagement news to soften the blow of another pregnancy reveal later, and then came the most debated comment, "She's already pregnant." Mark my words, TLC is just waiting to drop it mid-season. The post gained traction fast. Some called it nonsense. Others said it fit the TLC pattern too perfectly to be a coincidence. Meanwhile, over on TikTok, where short-form speculation thrives, users began dissecting every photo and video they could find. Creators slowed down engagement videos, zoomed in on Liz's midsection, and even color-corrected images for what they called bump analysis. One TikToker titled their video, "Liz Johnston Hiding a Bump?" Let's look closer. It gained thousands of views overnight, and it didn't stop there. Another TikTok pointed out that Liz has been unusually quiet on her personal Instagram, fewer selfies, fewer outfit of the day posts, and absolutely no full body shots since the engagement. Coincidence or calculated? Now here's where things get really interesting. Despite the engagement buzz and the growing baby rumors, Liz and Brice have said nothing about the speculation. Not a denial, not a clarification, not even a snarky emoji. And in today's influencer-driven, always online culture, that silence speaks volumes. Fans are noticing. If she's not pregnant, why not just say so? Their silence is basically confirmation at this point. Classic TLC tactic: don't spoil the plot twist. In a world where celebrities rush to debunk rumors, Liz's radio silence is suspicious, especially when you consider her history of keeping pregnancy news private until the show catches up. So, is this silence a personal boundary or a contractual obligation? Some fans believe Liz and Brice are under orders not to reveal too much ahead of the new season. Others think they're staying quiet to avoid backlash, knowing full well that the internet can be ruthless. Either way, the lack of clarity is doing one thing very well: keeping the public guessing. In the court of public opinion, silence can be just as loud as a confession. And right now, Liz Johnston and Brice Bolden are giving fans just enough to keep the rumor mill spinning, but not enough to stop it. Are they dodging questions or playing the long game? Coming up next in Part 5, we'll wrap up with a look at what could be next for Liz and Brice. Wedding bells, baby cries, or a shocking twist nobody saw coming. You won't want to miss it. So where does this story go from here? We've talked about the engagement. We've explored the pregnancy rumors. We've dissected fan theories, TikTok sleuths, and Reddit detectives. And through it all, one thing has become crystal clear: the Liz and Brice storyline is far from over. In fact, it may be just beginning. Let's start with the obvious next step: the wedding. Assuming no baby bump announcement comes first, the couple's wedding could be the main storyline of the next 7 Little Johnstons season, and fans are already making predictions. Will it be a big TLC-style bash with confetti, tension, and heartfelt speeches from Amber and Trent? Or will it be a low-key, small ceremony away from the cameras? Given TLC's tendency to lean into the spectacle, most fans are betting on the first option, and if the baby rumors turn out to be true, the wedding could come even sooner, possibly even in a rush, to keep up appearances or manage storyline timelines. But there's another side to this coin. Not every reality TV love story ends in fairy tale fashion, and 7 Little Johnstons fans are starting to ask tough questions. Is Liz truly ready for marriage? Is Brice happy in this dynamic, or is he silently backing away? And if there's a second baby on the way, are they equipped to handle the pressure? Some fans are already predicting a future split. They're being pushed too fast. This isn't going to end well. You can't build a life on a TLC storyline. Of course, these are just theories, but they're theories built on patterns seen over and over again in reality TV, where the pressure to perform, to deliver drama, and to maintain fan interest can slowly pull a couple apart. Could Liz and Brice break the cycle? Absolutely. But could they also be headed for a cliff that TLC is more than willing to film in slow motion? That's the tension that has fans hooked. Let's go there. Let's say the rumors are true, that Liz Johnston is already expecting baby number 2. What does that mean for the show and for the couple? For the show, it means instant gold. Baby storylines draw viewers in like no other. They guarantee emotional episodes, behind-the-scenes drama, and highly clickable moments. For Liz and Brice, it means even more pressure. More opinions, more scrutiny, more involvement from Amber and Trent. And if Liz's first pregnancy was already a point of conflict, how much more intense could things get the second time around? Some fans believe this could actually be the final straw for Brice, that if he's feeling overwhelmed now, another baby, especially one kept secret again, might push him too far. Others think this might be exactly what cements the couple, that a growing family could force them to unite, mature, and step into the next phase of life together. Only time will tell. So, is Liz Johnston pregnant again? We can't say for sure, but the signs are there. The fan chatter is deafening, and the silence from Liz and Brice? It speaks volumes. At the very least, they know the rumors are circulating. And if the past is any indication, this may be a strategic pause before a perfectly timed season reveal. What we do know is this: Liz and Brice are officially engaged. Fans are divided between congratulations and concern. And whether there's a baby on board or not, one thing is certain: we'll all be watching. What do you think? Is Liz Johnston expecting baby number 2? Or are fans just seeing what they want to see? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment of the fame. Until next time, stay curious.